side right there. Just take it off. So, then Amos came over and Kamina. We'll never figure out how to pronounce it. I refuse to figure it out. Luca, Isaiah, and Nina. Practically. You got it. It's been a little bit longer. So 1 second. Make sure if you're not the one reading, you're not saying anything. We're going to let the readers figure it out, or I can interject. So squeezing. So this isn't one of our stopping points, but I want to focus on this one line. All I knew for sure is that we were all laughing and squeezing tight. I don't know for sure, but no one seemed to care if it was my face that was next to theirs or not. Why is that line important? I don't see enough hands. Why is that line important? No one seemed to care that if it was my face next to them or not. Not enough hands. Leaders, turn and talk for a minute with each other. Why does that line stand out? Why does he note it doesn't seem to matter to anyone if it was his face next to theirs or not? 1 minute on the clock. 30 seconds in, I'm going to ask you to switch. 30 seconds, green restaurant voice, go. So why does that line? No one seems to care if it was my face next to theirs. Why is that line? So, what do you guys talk about? Bring it back 3. Bring it back 2. Bring it back 1. Bring it back 0. Standing left to right. Jeremiah, Marcel, switch the chair in. Waiting on Prince. 1 second, Jim. Sorry, Jim. Did you get to talk to him? Did you get to talk to him? Yeah. So, leaders, silent hands. Why does this line stand out? Why does this line stand out? Oh, there are those hands. There are all those hands. Elijah, what did you and your partner talk about? Why is this line important? So I'm going to agree and slightly disagree. That first part of Elijah's statement, he said August doesn't care. Is that what this line is talking about, Zaina?
No, it's talking, well, yeah. It's talking about how nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about August and space. Nobody cares about the touch. All they wanted to do was just get a picture of him. And nobody nobody noticed about it.
Okay, and so I want someone to talk about the transition from the beginning to the end of the story of Divine. What has changed from the beginning to where we are now?
How it changes that everybody's on the ones that touch and nobody wants to do. But now at the end of the year, everyone wants to be a partner. Everybody puts their hands up and
It's okay, Ali, can you please stand up and fix it? So I remember earlier in the story, there was this whole problem at Beecher Prep about the cheese touch. That literally people would not go near August or touch things. 1 second, so I'm speaking. Thank you. They wouldn't go near him or touch anything he may have touched for fear of even getting something that he has because of what his face looks like. But so I need you to check that. Please stop. Thank you. But now at the end of the year, they're all just like squishing their faces together, squishing their bodies together. They don't care. Because now they realize August is just another kid just like us. We're on page 309, reading the last chapter of the book. The Walk Home. We're on page 309. Make sure your eyes are on the book. I need your eyes on the book. Waiting for everyone to get there. That means pencils are down, eyes on the book. Row 3 is there. Waiting on someone in row 5. Caleb, I need your eyes on the book. Page 309. Jalen, thank you. The walk home. We walked to our house for cake and ice cream after the reception. Jack and his parents and his little brother Jamie. Summer and her mother. Uncle Poe and Aunt Kate. Uncle Ben, Tata and Papa. Justin and Via and Miranda. Mom and Dad. It was one of those great June days when the sky is completely blue and the sun is shining and it isn't so hot that you wish you were on the beach instead. It was just the perfect day. Everyone was happy. I still felt like I was floating. The Star Wars hero music in my head. I walked with Summer and Jack, and we just couldn't stop cracking up. Everything made us laugh. We were in that giggly kind of mood where all someone has to do is look at you and start laughing. Seems familiar. Yeah, no, this class is like that. I heard Dad's voice up ahead and looked up. He was telling everyone a funny story as we walked down Amesford Avenue. The grown-ups were all laughing too. It was like Mom always said, Dad could be a comedian. I noticed Mom wasn't walking with the group of grown-ups, so I looked behind me. She was hanging back a bit, smiling to herself like she was thinking of something sweet. She seemed happy. I took a few steps back and surprised her by hugging her as she walked. She put her arm around me and gave me a squeeze. Thank you for making me go to school, I said quietly. She hugged me close and leaned down and kissed the top of my head. Turn the page. Page 310. Thank you, Augie, she whispered softly. For what? For everything you've given us, she said. For coming into our lives. For being you. She bent down and whispered in my ear, you really are a wonder, Augie. You are a wonder. Leaders, this is our second stopping point. Similar to our, oh yeah, also we finished the book. Yeah. Bring it back 3, bring it back 2, bring it back 1, bring it back 0. Let me listen. So I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to try it one more time. We finished the book. Great, that's the reaction I expect. So now our second stopping point is the same question as our first. What is August thinking or feeling in this chapter of the novel? Again, I want you to focus on the walk home. So pages 309 to 310. What is he thinking? What is he feeling? I'm going to give us another 4 minutes to collect our thoughts. Silent solo. I should see all pencils moving when I press this start button. 4 minutes on the clock, go. Jay jumped in right away.